All right. We got a couple stories.
Billy's
to
got
get
some
through
gold for
today.
us.
All right, the first one's kind of silly, but I don't know, man. Every time they start talking about aliens, I'm just and my mind just straight goes to, well, what are they trying to cover up this time? You know what I
Do
mean?
you think that's always what it is?
Dude, it's all right.
So you don't think there's aliens?
No, listen. I
Do you think there's aliens?
I do. In 2017, apparently they had very similar bodies. They think they're almost identical. These one had eggs in them.
Okay.
Interesting. That is
three
interesting.
eggs. So they're like this reptilian miniature, like 60 centimeters tall,
Right.
in coffins in front of Mexican Congress.
Okay.
Wow.
And
I
DNA testing, like the whole, like they're like these are real.
yeah. I believe that there's life forms like out there, like it's infinite, right?
Yeah,
so I
He's
mean,
still
I guess it's
dismissing
infinite.
all that evidence
Yeah.
you just
No,
dropped.
no.
He completely acknowledges none of it.
No, all right, okay, all right. I mean, is it's here? It's something that was found here. Is you're saying like these little guys that they found in Peru?
These
dug
little
them up-
fellas.
they dug them up-
they're this tall.
They
They
dug them up out of a
kind of like
mine.
have a humanoid kind of like
Frame?
It's like,
Yeah,
I'm
yeah.
gonna say this wrong. It's like erythrocyte or something. It's some like almost like earth material. I think it's almost like a planting material or something like that. It was almost
Okay.
to preserve them. They were
Interesting.
buried, intentionally buried, and the carbon radiocarbon testing dated them to be 1,000 years old.
Wow.
Yeah.
So they've been on.
This is
pretty
the ones we're
accurate,
talking
right?
about that were just in the
Yeah.
news. Yeah.
Yeah. So they've been buried. For
And
a
they, and they
1,000
said that the
years.
DNA doesn't match
Does
up.
not
You
match
know what I
anything on
mean?
there.
Yeah.
And there's eggs.
They
Also-
look like little clay like molds. It's just
They
I
do.
don't
Wait,
know.
wait, so wait,
yeah.
wait, hold on. Wait, when they dug them up and they found them preserved, were they in like a pod of some sort? Was
They're-
it a coffin?
I don't know that.
Because that I would like to know. Because maybe they had that kind of technology back then. I mean,
They
fucking-
presented them in coffins, but I don't know that they found them in coffins.
Okay.
You know, but they were in some sort of like.
Because wouldn't you want to, if they were in like space pods, wouldn't you want to present them in that? Wouldn't that strengthen your
No,
case?
they weren't.
yeah.
No,
Yeah,
well
you
then,
don't wanna-
yeah. I
Where's
mean,
that's it. That's
Yeah.
what
That's
debunk it. Where's the
questionable.
spaceship? God damn it!
Well, yeah. Yeah, well, I don't get it.
are we saying that? Yeah. So 1,000 years ago.
Why would you
okay,
bury them in human technology?
Yeah.
That makes no sense.
You flew all the way over here
And then
to get
bought
buried
a
in the
coffin.
fucking ground. Yeah,
the
exactly.
coffin store.
Yeah,
Like,
yeah.
I don't get it, man.
It just
you didn't
doesn't-
bring it with you.
It just doesn't like who knows what it is.
I don't think.
you
I
know
just
what
don't think
mean?
we trust the Mexican government. I think
Yeah.
it's a lot of it. Like, Mexican Congress had it.
Dude, I don't trust any
But
of
we
these.
trust ours.
I don't trust any of these governments. I'm telling you.
That's what I mean.
I don't know.
I'll take the cartels over the government any day.
Would
yeah,
you?
yeah, absolutely.
Okay. All right.
day.
Okay.
Any day.
Well,
Okay.
besides what they do to their enemies,
I love
You
the
know what I mean?
cartel. No, I'm kidding.
Yeah.
I just keep
Support
doubling down.
cartels.
You need to back up.
Free El Chapo.
Free El Chapo. So wait, before you move on. So you think that there's life in space and
Okay.
in other galaxies, wherever the fuck?
I've talked about this before. Listen, yes, is there something else out there? Absolutely. Do I think anything that's,
So you think that these
super,
aliens are bullshit?
Yeah, like highly intelligent beings that are like transmitting to Earth and trying to get here and stuff like that.
What do you
I
think
don't
that
know.
these carbon dated, 1,000-year-old preserved alien supposedly life forms are then?
I think they're bullshit.
Okay.
So the last ones they did, I guess they
That's
presented
just easy
something-
enough explanation.
Yeah, I just think they're bullshit.
They
I don't
presented
know.
a couple of them in 2017. They were debunked by saying, "Oh, it was actually a child that."
Yeah.
that
That's
they
why I'm
they
like-
manipulated to
Sure.
make it
What
look
if
like
it's a
like a
baby?
pygmy in Egypt.
Yeah,
They had
there
like
you go.
mummification
Yeah,
type
So,
technology.
yeah, there's like mummified child, and
Yeah.
so what this time they're like, well, this time we're gonna do like all this magnetic resonance imaging. Like they really went in. They've invited the scientific community around the world. They were like, no.
Oh, so they left it open to testing. It wasn't just like this body.
Yeah.
Yeah, because the American government can squash a lot of that. Like we debunk things all the time. Like the not to make a weird segue, but the Maui
Like who
fires, for
debunks
example.
us? Right?
Maui fires. People are saying the Russians have been intentionally spreading a misinformation campaign to get people to fight and hate our government because all the stuff that they're saying is like, where are the children in Maui? Like, that's the Russians and the Chinese spreading that to make us unhappy. If you actually talk to Maui residents, like, yeah, of course they're missing children and there's a missing family
Yeah.
because they rushed into the fire to find them. That was a weird segue.
No, actually, that made
yeah,
perfect
yeah.
sense.
We were
Yeah.
we were talking
But-
about that
but-
too because there's a lot of questions. There's a lot of
Yeah.
unanswered questions with the whole Maui thing. How one down
So can I-
power line burned down the whole island. It's just
Right.
kind of
Can I
crazy.
make one
Yeah.
point backwards? Go ahead.
Yeah, but back to the alien, but back to the aliens.
That's where I
I
was
think
going.
at 2017, they're trying to say they debunked this last time. Let's get it right this time.
Right.
Okay.
So my curiosity is, whenever they find aliens or some other life form, or whatever, they're like, look at the skull structure, look at the face, look at the bone structure, blah, blah, it's clearly not human. We don't look anything like we used to look like when we were cavemen. We're constantly evolving and changing. Our
Yeah.
bone structure is constantly different. So that makes no sense to me whatsoever. Why would that not track?
It had a bit
That
of
doesn't
a
make any
yeah,
sense.
It had a bit of a Neanderthal
We used to have
face.
foreheads
yeah,
this
exactly.
fucking long. You know what I mean? Like we had like underbites and shit.
Yeah.
We were crawling on all fours at one point in time.
Yeah.
So I don't understand why that would be the proof that it just doesn't look like we look now.
I
If you look at people in like the 20s, they look
Yeah.
like cavemen compared to us. 16-year-olds look like they're 47. It was ridiculous. It's
No,
true.
in the 80s.
Well, the
true,
life expectancy was 18 or something back then.
Yeah, you had 6 kids and kept 2.
Yeah, I never understood like all the 80s movies. Like every time high school kids in the 80s movies, they all look 28 and stuff like that. It's like
they were.
They're the blazers. Yeah, fucking nuts.
Yeah, wasn't
man.
It made me mad. I was like, that's. I don't.
Wasn't Dorothy like a 36-year-old alcoholic?
Yeah, Judy
in the
Garland.
Wizard of Oz?
Yeah,
In Oz, yeah.
Yeah, she liked to party.
Yeah, she did.
She liked to party.
Fucking hawking her red shoes to get fucked up. Yeah. so stupid.
So let's just stay in the poppy fields.
Yeah, exactly.
They're original, motherfucker.
Yeah. Her drug
Dorothy.
her drug dealer's going down and she's like, take me to Oz.
This is an intervention. Yeah.
Come on, wizard, let's go.
I'm gonna follow that yellow
Yeah.
brick road.
Show me you got some heart, kid. Boom. Yeah, she's terrible.
So let me get some of that joint lube from the Tin Man.
Yeah.
Remember that sound it would make?
Oh my god.
Highbrow stuff, ladies and
Yeah.
gentlemen. Highbrow
We
stuff.
only go for the best.
Top notch.
Top notch. All right, Billy.
Yeah.
All right.
Should we move on?
Yeah, we're done with aliens. I'm
We
tired
burnt
of
this story?
aliens, Yeah. Aliens. Yeah. It's like I don't know if
I
if
want
they
the
were
shit.
here
You do the
1,000.
Leto.
Yeah.
I wanna see the
I'm
shit.
saying this. I'm saying this, people.
Seeing is believing. You know, it's like
Seeing is believing.
Ringling Brothers, one of the Barnum and Bailey brothers, I think it was one of them said, people want to be fooled. Like, we want to believe magicians.
Yeah.
We love the show.
Sure.
We know they're
We
tricking
like
us
to be in
somehow.
a state of wonder.
Yeah.
It's interesting.
I want to see a UFO. I've never seen one. I'd love to. I'd love to see a ghost. Never seen one.
Yeah.
I believe people.
I have a great ghost story. I think I told it on the show though already. Did I
We
already
have
tell the
a
ghost
similar
story?
ghost story where 2 people saw it in different rooms.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah, we talked
But
about
me and
that.
my
I'll
dad
tell you
were
that off
fucked
camera, though.
up,
It's a
like
legit
beyond
ghost
all
story.
recognition.
Yeah, I
We were
was
both
sober. I was like,
gone.
fuck,
Yeah.
15.
We were snorting so many pills that day, and I remember we like ran into each other
Well,
like a
there's
fuck.
your
Oh yeah, we ran into each other like, did you see the little girl? Did you see the little girl? We're like, woo, you know what I mean?
But you were in separate rooms, so
Yes.
that's even all right.
Was it
I
Dorothy?
thought my daughter was there, and I'm like, she's not here. Like, what is she doing here? And she runs, and I see oh god, I'm getting goosebumps. It's weird even thinking about it, but I see the clothes move around in the closet, and I go, Kimmy. And then my dad comes in the room, and he's all fucked up too, and we both got these beady eyes, and we're all fucked up. And he looks at me, he goes, did you just see Kimmy? Kimmy was just out there, right? She just? And I'm like, no. I'm like some little girl, like like we turned the light on, we like looked in the closet together, like we're like the Hardy Boys or something. We're like looking at, he's like on my shoulder. We're like, look, I was so gone. We were so gone. You know what I mean? And I remember I was weirded out, man. That was a weird night.
You don't have
red
a
slippers?
single.
No, it wasn't Judy Garland getting all fucked up, breaking into my
wearing
house.
red
Yeah.
You don't have a single ghost story?
No, none. Zero.
You want to hear mine real quick?
Yeah, absolutely.
All right, I've told it before, but I'll tell it again.
After what we just talked about that story, that dude's gonna haunt you for the rest of your life, right?
you will have a ghost story.
yeah, it's coming.
He's looking for you in Chicago right now. His spirit.
I'm already scared of a truck.
So real quick, I'm about 15 years old. This is back when we lived here in Vegas anyway. So me and my buddy Jeremy, we were playing Monopoly, and it's like 4 o'clock in the morning. We've been playing for like 4 or 5 hours. You know how that game goes.
Jeremy?
So
Our Jeremy?
no, different
Okay,
Jeremy.
sorry.
So we're sitting across from each other. So the way that my house was set up, I'm sitting here. We're talking like this. This is actually the perfect way to do it. So I'm talking. You're Jeremy. I'm me. And then to our right
Pascal. Yeah.
is an open living room. We got our pool table right there. It's completely wide open. There's a little half wall that goes around like the hallway for the bedroom, but you could see over the wall. So we're looking directly at each other. Again, we're playing the game, whatever, not saying shit, just having fun. And then I see a little girl about 13 years old in a long dress take about 3 steps and then look over and then vanish. Right?
No shit.
Yeah, so I'm like, what the fuck? So
Like
I'm just
before
assuming,
your eyes, right? Like
yeah,
gone.
I saw it clear as day. I saw the dress she was wearing. Like, I saw everything. It was clear. And I'm just thinking that we're like overtired because we've been playing for like 4 or 5 hours at this point in time. It's like, again, like 3, 4 o'clock in the morning. And I'm like a little bit freaked out. And I'm like, whatever. In my head, I'm like, I'm not going to say shit. Like, he's going to think I'm crazy. About an hour goes by. Of course, we're still playing Monopoly because that game doesn't fucking end.
Yeah.
And I can't take it anymore. So I look at Jeremy and I'm like, Jeremy, man, I know this is going to sound crazy, but I just have to ask. I went, did you see? And before I finished my sentence, sentence. He goes, "The little girl," and he jumps out of his chair. Yeah,
shit.
yeah. And we both like,
Okay,
freaked the
all right.
fuck out or whatever. We both saw the same exact little girl, stone sober, about 15 years old, and he finished my sentence. So that was pretty interesting.
First of all, I can never play Monopoly for more than an hour. Monopoly is monotonous.
Yes.
So the fact that you made it through 5, I think therein lies your answer.
When you're 15 and you don't drink or do drugs.
The game goes on.
Hey man, I don't get my aliens, you don't get your ghost, okay?
Yeah. Well, tell me about Park. You wouldn't feel that way if you had Park Avenue locked.
No, that's cool. My brother had a very compelling ghost story, very similar to yours. He lived in a house.
Hard to ignore.
He would always out of the corner of the eye. He would hear her. It was a female. His
The
daughter.
little girl.
Yeah,
It was like
same
three of us.
little girl. This one in red slippers. No. But it was like apparently other people. I was like, I want to go to the house, but he'd already moved out. Like I would die. I would love to see a ghost. I
So
would
you
love to
want a
see
ghost experience?
I want a UFO experience. I want a ghost experience. I think that I just have like I don't think I can be hypnotized. I've never tried. But I think certain people have to have
You have to be willing. You have to
Yeah.
do it on
open to
purpose.
that.
Yeah,
You
you
have
have
to
to be
draw
susceptible,
that.
yeah.
And I don't think I'm just a realist. I'm just like I said, seeing is believing. I believe people.
Right.
But until I see it myself,
Right.
maybe.
No, understandable.
Yeah,
like
you know?
my story is mine. I experienced it, so it's not
Yeah.
going to feel the
It's
same
like
way. as it does
near-death
to you.
experiences. I believe those people. You
Yeah.
know? And I'm like, oh, brain doesn't.
I'm sure that's like something in your brain just firing off memories. You know what I
Yeah,
mean?
the pineal
If you
gland
think
is a
you're out
powerful,
now.
powerful
You think
thing,
it's a little
man.
more You're a spiritual
It's
guy.
absolutely real, in my
Yeah.
opinion.
Yeah,
But I have my
you don't
reasons
think
for
it's
that.
the pineal gland? 'Cause
No,
it's a powerful.
No, I think that everything that manifests physically comes from an unseen world, more or less, and these are just like the markers that you see in the physical realm, more or less.
Interesting. Okay.
Because I had a
I
very,
believe.
We'll talk
either.
about that. I
Yeah,
had a very
yeah.
intricate experience on psychedelics more than once that is undeniable, in my opinion. But again, just like everything else, it's my experience, so you're not going to feel it. It's not going to resonate the same way. But
Right.
my thing is that everyone can have that experience. So if
Yeah,
you
yeah,
actually
yeah.
try it and you experience it for yourself, you won't have a shadow of doubt in your mind that it's real.
I had
but you
a-
have to
yeah.
actually experience it.
I had a theory about death, and I told him, and it happened to be in front of this like gangster cook that we used to work with.
Yeah.
And I guess he was real religious. But here's the theory, and I'll tell you exactly how he approached me. I said, I heard this somewhere. It said that light at the end of the tunnel,
Yeah.
why it's so bright, it's actually hospital lights. And when you actually reach the end, you're reincarnated as a little baby. And the reason why you're crying is because you're seeing all your memories, kind of all the things because
Or the
you're
birth canal.
dead. And then
Yeah.
deja vu is the things from your
Yeah,
past
yeah,
life.
yeah.
So I tell him this, and this black dude goes, "That ain't it." I was like,
Absolute
I
certainty.
turn over, and dude, I didn't even know what to say to him. I was like, "Okay."
So you didn't even challenge it?
Yeah,
Okay.
dude, what are you gonna challenge? Did you
So-
hear what he just said? I was like, "No, dude." I was like, "That's fine."
Okay.
Yeah, okay.
I heard recently, like when you like if you die, like, if you see that light and their family and friends, it's all encompassing like warmth and embrace.
Yeah.
Like it's okay, it's safe, right? You're supposed to turn around because behind you is the entire universe, and all that is get trapped you in this.
Like a
basically-
Groundhog Day loop
Well,
type
it's
thing?
not a Groundhog Day. It's just it's a reincarnation. You're just gonna be reincarnated and keep suffering on this planet, and you'll never escape
Until you turn around.
So
That's
you,
interesting.
You see
That's
all,
a fun one.
all your family and everybody, and you go, "Fuck you," and you turn around. Fuck you,
You just
guys.
grab your balls.
Stu- yeah,
You're like, eh.
stupid.
It's not gonna, it's because it's not gonna be the same family. Me, I'd end up like growing up in like Botswana with one eye and be sold into sex slavery or something like this. God damn it!
I'm born in Kuwait.
Fuck!
Oh, man.
I was gay, but I had a house.
At least
Both eyes.
Well, people always say, "Oh, do you think your soul passed on and everything like that?" But then the numbers don't add up.
What do you mean the numbers?
I mean, there's a lot more people. There's fucking too many people on this planet right now. And if it was the same souls passing through and being reincarnated, wouldn't it be the same number?
That's actually a really brilliant point you made. I thought about that
Why would
too.
it be the same number? I don't understand
because
that.
I don't know. Are we reincarnated to multiple things? Like, is it because that would just be energy,
But that
right?
makes the assumption that reincarnation is automatic and instant. What if there's 100 trillion souls, but only a certain amount of them come down at a time and the rest stay up there, go to other realms? Why is there only one realm? Why is this the only place you can go?
Hey, man, I don't know.
I'm just
You
asking
know what I mean?
questions. I'm just asking questions.
Listen, okay.
That's why you turn around. That's
But,
all
but
the
I'm
other
saying,
reasons.
all right, so there's,
That's why you turn around.
I'm turning. Fuck this. I'm turning around. So there's 100,000 souls and everybody still up there, right? They're all doing their thing. But aren't we just talking about us? Like, am I? You.
Why do
right,
we
like
have to
me.
only be like if your soul leaves this container that you're
So-
in? Why
so-
can't you go into other
Okay,
containers
so
and
that's
other
what you were
realms
just
and
talking
other
about, like other
a
things
multiverse
and-
type
yeah.
deal? Why would there only be one place to be?
Yeah.
Why is this the only fucking
Either,
spot?
well, either way,
why?
though, obviously new souls have to be created who have not experienced any reincarnation
Yeah.
whatsoever. This is their first time.
That's
in
what
the
I'm
world.
saying. It's like,
Well,
but
we
he's
already
saying
know
there's
that the
other
the
souls from
universe-
other universes that are all just meeting
Well,
up.
we
and then
even know
picking
that
one.
our universe is expanding at an infinitely speed of light rate
Faster.
that never ends.
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
why would there ever be an edge to any of it?
Yeah,
Yeah.
That would accommodate every possible situation if it's infinity.
yeah.
And we know that it's expanding. We measure the expanse of the universe all the time.
Yeah, and
So
it's
that's
getting
already been
faster.
proven.
It's like, they were shocked. They're like, oh shit, it's actually speeding up. How's that?
I would love to
What,
understand that science.
what do you mean speeding up? What,
The expansion of the universe is speeding
so
up.
it's just stretching out? Like,
Faster
that's
than
what's
normal.
going on?
But it keeps accelerating at a faster pace as they go out and try to capture the images of those distant
Yeah.
galaxies.
Oh.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's like, nah. And just like,
So no, no,
Yeah.
yeah. On it.
Yeah, it's
Go
just like,
faster.
'Cause
See ya.
we
Yeah.
can only see as far as light has made it to us. When it was first created, and everything beyond that will never make it to us because it's moving at a rate that it's never going to make it this way.
Exactly. You'll die before that light ever comes into
Well,
contact
the
with
whole
you.
universe will die before it ever
Yeah.
hits the Earth.
Yeah.
Just because it's, even though it's expanding faster than the speed of light in the other direction, so it's just like it's staying still, even at the speed of light.
So that's
Crazy.
interesting.
Yeah.
So whatever we're seeing is from way
It's a
back.
fraction of reality.
Okay.
That's the tiniest
past
possible
tense.
fraction of
The,
reality.
the sun
And
when
past
when you
tense.
look at the sun, it's 12 minutes ago.
Yeah.
Or
Yeah, you've never seen the actual sun as
But
it
it's
is.
right there.
He's like, see?
Yeah.
He just goes blind.
It's right there, though.
He won't stop
If it-
staring
if
at
it,
it.
If it blew up, you wouldn't know for like 8 minutes.
Yeah. Oh, that would be terrible.
It's getting cold.
It must have been hella weird, like when, like,
Trump would, because you look right
Yeah.
at it.
it's a beautiful sun. Good sun.
Beautiful.
It's the best
Some
sun.
say it's the best sun.
Sometimes it's the best sun.
Oh, wow, what a great sun, they say.
Believe me,
Believe me,
other people told me.
it's going to be huge.
The sun's gonna be you.
What's next on the docket, sir? Should we keep it moving?
Man.